Hello and welcome to Prestige Worldwide. Up for review today we have the Best Glide ASE Ultimate Adventurer Survival Kit. So I bought this directly from Best Glide ASE. They make a lot of these survival kits. They have different levels of kits that you can choose from. This one's kind of one of their medium price kits. So Best Glide ASE. They could have picked a lot better names than this, because when people see this, they might think they make something else instead of survival kits. But no, they make survival kits. So first off, you'll notice it comes in this nice tin, and it has these rolling hinges, these hinges on rollers, and it snaps in pretty nice. It's pretty solid right there. So the tin itself can be used to boil water and whatnot. Now, first off, on top, they've got a little survival guide, and this includes information on all sorts of things, starting fires, getting rescued, staying calm is important, mosquito repellent, SOS, reading a compass, building a shelter, navigating with the stars, getting heat stroke. Okay, all sorts of stuff. It's good to have a little bit of information about survival when you're out in the wilderness, and maybe you're not prepared for what happened, and this might be helpful. All right, so right on top they've got a first aid kit, and it's got a gauze pad, a couple of gauze pads. These seem to be about 3 inches by, let's see what they are. They're about probably 3.5 by 3.5, give or take. Kind of thin little gauze pads. Then they've got an assortment of prepackaged items here. Sting relief, antiseptic, and pain reliever. 2 of those. Give you a couple butterfly Band-Aids. They give you Tylenol. This is 2 tablets of Tylenol times 2 packages. So you get 4 Tylenol. All right, let's see. There's 2 tablets in each one of these ibuprofens. So you have 4 ibuprofens total. You get a couple of Neosporin type triple antibiotic ointment. Seems to be a small amount, but enough to treat, whatever, a cut. And some Band-Aids. These seem to be nice large Band-Aids. Let's see here. About 1 inch wide, probably. Yeah, about 1 inch wide and 3 inches long. Give you 8 Band-Aids. 2 pack of aspirin times 2 packs, that's 4 aspirin, and another Neosporin. So it's 3 Neosporins total. And it's nice they give you like these little Ziploc bags. The Ziploc bag itself might be useful in a survival situation. Okay, paracord. I've seen other people on other videos measure this. It's about 10 feet of 550 paracord. It has 7 strands, so you can technically take each individual strand out and have about 70 feet of cordage. Fire starters. These basically, like, you can use a fire steel, a ferrocerium rod, and get some sparks on these, and they will ignite. You get one of these fire tablets, Esbit fire tab. You could even sort of whittle down little shavings of this, hit them with a spark from a fire steel, and they will ignite. Or you could cut little pieces, little chunks of this, use them for fire starter. This is a whistle. It's really loud, and I've watched other videos. This is an extremely loud whistle made by Acme in England. Acme Tornado Whistle, and really loud. Beeswax candle. I'm not sure what the benefit of having beeswax instead of just like a standard wax candle, but you get a candle. Okay, you get a sewing kit. So it comes with, we'll go over the contents here. You get a small spool of thread. Seems to be like brown or something, or tan. Get a couple of buttons, Safety pins. I like safety pins are really good to have in a lot of situations. So it's good to have a few safety pins. So that's kind of cool. It's not only for clothing. I mean, you can use them to pop blisters and stuff like that too. You can like heat up this and use it to pop blisters. And if you're out in the woods hiking, you might get some blisters. Okay. Then you get a few different needles for sewing. This is a thread starter. So this will actually go into the needle and help you get the thread on it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but then you put the thread through there, pull it, and it threads the needle for you. So that way you're not struggling with it. I have big, clumsy sausage fingers, so that actually is pretty cool. I like that. So I know I can actually use the small needles instead of only the big needle. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so a little sewing kit. That's pretty cool. Pretty solid. I like it. All right, next up, they've got a little fishing kit. So you get fishing line. Not sure how many pounds of test this is. Seems like it might be 4 or 5 pound test. It's not very big. Yeah, I'd say 4 or 5 pound test. So enough to catch a dinner-sized fish. That's good. You don't really want massive, like, we're not deep sea fishing here. You know, it'd be a different survival kit if you were deep sea fishing. You get a little rubber worm that is on a hook with a weight on it. That's pretty cool. Probably be good for catfish because they are bottom feeders with the weight on it. Probably sink to the bottom. You might be able to sort of improvise a bobber out of something. And then they've got some fishing hooks and some weights in there. So yeah, better than nothing on your fishing kit. You could always bait it with, you know, different, obviously worms can be used for bait. I've used hot dogs before. Now, obviously this kit does not have hot dogs. Okay, then we've got a fire starter. This, well, a ferrocerium rod, a ferro rod. Seems to be pretty robust. It's got a nice plastic handle. It's fairly wide, probably about 1/4 inch in diameter, maybe a little thicker. Yeah, maybe 5/16. About 5/16 in diameter. And they give you a striker as well. So, and it's got serrated on one side of the striker and flat on the other. So you could use the serrated to sort of bite into that a little bit more. And they give you some brass snare wire. This seems to be quite a bit of wire. I would guess maybe 20 feet of wire. And yeah, you could build little snares and try to catch critters and stuff. Or you could use it as some sort of, you know, cordage or different types of improvisational, you know, like MacGyvering, different things. You know, when you get out in the woods, sometimes you have to improvise. Okay, then they give you a wire saw. You can cut probably maybe up to 3-inch diameter branches by pulling this back and forth. That's kind of cool. Okay, they give you a pocket knife. This is a US pocket knife. It's probably made in China though. It's made by, what is this? Marbells. I don't know if that's a good brand or not. I've never heard of Marbells. Let's see if I can get this in the light. Yeah, Marbells. So this is a can opener. Seems like it would work to open cans. You get a little knife there. Let's get a piece of paper. Okay, here's a little piece of an envelope. And yeah, that is sharp. Okay, all right, good job. That's pretty sharp. Okay, that is pretty sharp. Cool. Okay, so you get a sharp little knife, and it is approximately 2.5 inches, maybe 2 3/8 inches long. It has a slip joint. It doesn't really lock open straight. It's sort of angled a little bit. Sort of strange. It is what it is. It's not a Rambo knife. What else do we have? This looks like a little awl, I guess. A little hole punch. Okay. And then what's this last one? Then you have a, this is a slotted screwdriver and a bottle opener. And that one doesn't even lock. Oh, and then you have this other, I don't know. I think this may have just broke. Yeah, this may have just broke. Okay, so I think it just broke, and this piece, yeah. I don't think that's supposed to come out like that. I don't think so. Yeah, I think this broke. Yep, you can see the metal just sort of sheared off somehow. So, yeah, that's supposed to be the liner lock. This, or sorry, it's supposed to be the slip joint lock for the bottle opener, and it just broke, so whatever. Okay, yeah, so kind of a crappy little multi-tool. Not the best to have in a survival situation. I would much rather replace this with like a Swiss Army knife. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put this Swiss Army Super Tinker made by Victorinox into the survival kit when I close it back up, because this thing is just trash. So I'm gonna upgrade this kit when I put it back together. I actually buy these Swiss Army knives on eBay. They're used. They are TSA airport confiscation knives. They sell them at auction, and then people on eBay sell them for a discount. I think I buy these for about, I think it's like 12 or 13 bucks each for a Super Tinker. And I've got a few of them. I really like the Super Tinker. It's one of my favorite Swiss Armies. It's got, you know, only 3 levels. Now, of course, you can get the big, you know, Swiss Champ or something. But just for like a small standard Swiss Army knife, I prefer this. So this is going to go back in the survival kit when I put it all back together. And this, not really going to go in the trash, but it's not my favorite multi-tool. Okay, so then we get some duct tape. Seems to be good quality, sticky duct tape, standard duct tape. Maybe like 20 feet of duct tape. That's pretty cool. Get some windproof matches, stormproof matches, 10 of them, made by UCO. I've heard of that brand before. That's a good brand. If you go to like Sportsman's Warehouse or I think on Amazon you can buy this kind of stuff. These are quality matches. They also give you a regular matchbook from what I've seen. Yep, okay. They also give you a regular Best Glide aviation survival equipment. So maybe it's like when the Cessna is gliding through the air, it's the best glide, like glide slope. I don't get that. I don't understand the name. Maybe they just were not, I don't know. Maybe like all the other .coms were taken and they're like, I don't get it. I honestly don't get the name. But anyways, you get book of matches, and I think there's like 20 in here. So you get 20 regular matches and 10 stormproof matches. It's good. That's good, good, good. Then you get, this is moleskin, I think. This is moleskin. So get a big blister. You can use your Neosporin and the moleskin. And you know, especially like when you're hiking and maybe your feet are not conditioned for hiking, you're gonna get blisters. If you hike for more than like 2 hours and your feet are not conditioned, you're gonna get blisters. I actually learned this last year because I got in, I mean, I've hiked a lot before. I've done a lot of camping trips before, but I really got into hiking last year. And part of it is because I live near Virginia's Triple Crown. So like we have McAfee Knob, we have Dragon's Tooth, Tinker Cliffs. We have some excellent, the Appalachian Trail, you know, is very close by. So I hike on the trail quite a bit. Okay, and then now my feet are conditioned. I can hike all I want. I'm not gonna get a blister. Well, I can't quite say that. I can hike 4 hours in a day and get, you know, 10, 12 miles of hiking and not get a blister. Yeah, my feet might hurt, but I'm not gonna get a blister because I continue to hike. I try to hike every week, even in the winter. I mean, it's cold, but I still hike. Space blanket. This seems to be like the brand name. They made the lunar lander. And anyways, this Mylar material is what basically covered the outside of the lunar lander, or the LEM, I think is what they called it. Okay, so then we've got some more goodies. Oh, these are water purification powders. Each one of these treats 1 liter of water. So you carefully tare it, you add it to 1 liter of water, shake for a minute, then leave for 3 minutes, swirl, and then another 7 minutes. You can pre-filter before you treat it. So there's 10 of these water purification powder pouches. So 10 liters of water to be purified. Your body can last for 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. So air's all around us. There's no air in the survival kit. The air shouldn't be a problem when you're out in a survival situation. So the 3-minute thing, don't worry about it. The 3-day thing with water, essentially food is 3 weeks. You're not gonna have to worry about food right away. You're gonna have to worry about water. 10 liters to filter, and then you can use this tin to boil water in. You can boil as much water as you want in this tin. And it seems to be, probably if you fill it up with water, it's probably about half a liter at least, even with like not quite all the way to the top. So yeah, you're gonna need water. 10 liters ought to get you through about maybe 3 days, depending on the temperature and how much you're moving around and stuff. And then you can boil some more water. That's gonna be the first thing you need. So I think it's really cool they give you water purification powder. They give you a compass, and let's see if it works. That's a nice compass. That is a nice compass. It works very, very well. It's better than some of the other inexpensive compasses that I have. So I like that compass. They give you a pencil, and you can use the, you can use your knife to sharpen the pencil if you need to. And they also give you a Write in the Rain waterproof notepad. Okay, then they give you some aluminum foil. I'm not gonna fold this out completely because it's very nice and neat. It seems to be heavy duty foil, and you probably get, it's probably 2 feet by 2 feet, something like that. Good to have for a lot of different things. Good to have aluminum foil. They give you a little spork, and the spork has like a little knife on it. It's like a cutting edge. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a cutting edge there. Maybe it's like a can opener. Maybe you would open a can with that. I don't know. Anyways, you at least get the spoon, spork, and you get a carabiner. Carabiners are very handy to have in hiking and survival situations. Okay, now we have a little razor. So like a plastic handle folding razor blade. That's cool. You know, you could use this for first aid. You can use it for, you know, a number of things. Good to have. Okay, then we've got just a piece of cloth. It seems to be like some sort of polyester cloth. You could use this for a number of different things, patching clothing. We have the sewing kit. All right, this is a mirror. So you could use this for rescue. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is a magnifying glass. So like if you needed to like, for first aid, it's good to have. Maybe for fire starting, if it's a really sunny day and you have some, you know, some dry tinder. I mean, they give you some of the fire starting things. Maybe you'd be able to start a fire with this magnifying glass. That's pretty cool. It comes in a little plastic sleeve there. Okay, then they've got sort of, I guess this is a sticker. You could write your name, your address, and everything, and stick it to the bottom of the survival kit if you wanted to. Coffee filter. You can use this to pre-filter water and then treat it with your water purification powder. This is just a silica whatever pouches that keep moisture out. Okay, now this is the mirror. Okay, I can feel it now. Okay, this is your mirror that you can use for, now it has a hole so you can actually kind of peer through it, and it's for signaling. Signaling, yeah, it's a signal mirror essentially. So for rescue, it tells you, okay, compact emergency signal mirror. Right, so you can do this thing and then aim it, look through it and aim it at your aircraft. Not your aircraft, someone else's aircraft. But it tells you slowly move the mirror back and forth, sweeping the horizon, even when there are no visible search and rescue aircraft. So you could just passively do that and hope someone sees you. And then they give you essentially like a microfiber cleaning cloth to wrap around the mirror, make sure it doesn't get scratched. That's good, that's awesome. Then you get a whirl pack. This seems to be a heavy duty, resealable, yeah, this is like a Ziploc bag. This is essentially a stand-up bag. So yeah, good to have. It's like a heavy duty Ziploc bag. And a couple of zip ties. They give you 2 zip ties. That's cool. And that's it. And then you have the tin itself. Yeah, let's see. Let me get my micrometer. It's more of calipers. Let's see how thick this is. This is 0.04 inches, 0.05 inches thick on the metal, the sheet metal on the tin. So it's actually, and it's 1 millimeter thick. Approximately 1 millimeter thick. So it's actually somewhat robust. And you could definitely boil some water in it. It seems to be stainless steel as well. All right, well, thanks for watching. And this was the review on the Ultimate Adventurer Survival Kit, brought to you by Glide ASE. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.